song is a song that I learned as a child growing up in Israel. The words mean, this entire world is nothing but a very narrow bridge. And the point is to cross that bridge without fear. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. והעיקר, העיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, העיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, העיקר, לא לפחד כלל. העולם כולו,
העולם כולו,
גשר צר מאוד,
גשר צר מאוד,
גשר צר מאוד. העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד,
גשר צר מאוד.
העיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל.
והעיקר, והעיקר,
לא לפחד כלל.
והעיקר,
העיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, העיקר לא לפחד כלל. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. This song is called Desert Lullaby, and it's about a trip that I took back in, I think it was 96, crossing over south from the south of Israel into the Egyptian peninsula of Sinai. We crossed at night to avoid both the heat and the crowds. And then we were flying down the only road in the Sinai, underneath what must have been close to a full moon, with the red mountains of Jordan in the distance over the sea on the way to Ras Satan. This is a song about that trip. Thanks. We have an impromptu friend come to join us, Jeremy Zucker. It's a pleasure to have you here. These songs are little snapshots from some of the places that I've lived. When I was growing up, my family and I played hopscotch between continents, and it was a real mixed-up existence. And in my family, everybody has a different accent, and that's because some people come from here and some people come from there, and that's the way that we grew up. And so this music, I think, really, I guess the only way for me to be honest about my music is to be as mixed up in that as I am in everything else. Here's a song that I wrote right before going to Brazil. I didn't speak Portuguese at the time yet, and this song borrows from Portuguese and from French and Gaelic and all kinds of other nonsense languages, and it means utterly nothing. It's total nonsense, which is why I was perplexed one time after a gig when someone came up to me and looked me in the eye and said, "I know what your song means." And I said, "No, you don't." But apparently, according to her, this song means, "And when I say it with love, and when I do it with love, it shall be so." And I couldn't have written that. But here it is nevertheless. This next song uses a style of singing called overtone singing. I did a little bit of it in the last tune, and it's where one person sings with two voices at the same time. And basically the way it goes is this: one voice stays very steady like a drone, and then the other voice sounds almost like a whistle, except it's not really a whistle. It's a voice. I guess it sounds like this. Oh, this instrument that Andy's playing here is called a jaw harp, otherwise known as a trump or a jijo. This instrument that I'm playing here is called the berimbau, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Thanks. The first country that I guess I lived, where I was born, was Israel. My family and I moved around a lot, so we didn't stay there for very long, and we kept on coming back. But this is a song that comes from that country, and the words are in an older Hebrew that I love very much. It's a song called Na'ama, which is a love song. And Na'ama is also a little bit of a play on words. It also means legend, so it's kind of like an old fable. It sounds like it comes out of Lord of the Rings.
עמק חורש סוד ילבשו, שמש כבר חוף קרים, מרחבים יחדיו ירגשו, מיהודה אל הכרמים. אל תלכי אל תעזרי לבדך, את דרכך יודע, ספרי לי נעמה. סוד לקראת אסוח לבדה, לרוחות הגן סודי. סוד לקראת אסוח לבדה, לרוחות הגן סודי. הבוצרים שירם ירומה, בכרמים הרוח שט, ציפורים עפות צפונה, נעמה שרה בלט. אל תלכי, אל תעזרי לבדך, את דרכך יודע, ספרי לי נעמה. סוד לקראת אסוח לבדה, לרוחות הגן הסודי. סוד לקראת אסוח לבדה, לרוחות הגן הסודי.
Thank you.
I'd just like to take a moment to introduce the people on stage with me. To my left is Miss Julia Van Doorn,
Hi.
and to my right is Andy Bergman. And I'd like to take a moment to introduce a special guest who just moved to town, and I'm real glad to have him here. His name is Daniel Gale, and he's going to be accompanying us on a fiddle tune that I wrote. Want to come on up? This is the first time we've played this, live anyway, or in front of people. And this is a song that I wrote for an upcoming first night concert, sponsored by the Israeli consulate, and the focus of which was music from Israel. And I figured, well, what do I know about Israel? I mean, I started out there, but then so it turned into taking songs from Israel or songs in Hebrew and kind of reinterpreting them through some of the styles that we ordinarily perform. And this is a song that was written by accident in a long car ride through the night on my 4th anniversary with my fiancée, Sherry Mendilow, who's on sound, and it just kind of spun out. And here it is. It's called Kanar Muzar, and it's about a crazy and a little bit mystical fiddler. We got 11 on?
בין חולות הים והצער היה פעם כפר, ומחוץ לכפר בית זר, ובבית זר גר כנר מוזר. אז מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום כנר מוזר? כנר מוזר. זקן ענק ואף מפואר, 2.20 מטר, הכנר מוזר. שיער ארוך, אפור מבוזר, עם מקלות ונוצות, כנר מוזר. אז מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום כנר מוזר? כנר מוזר. אז צחקו ילדים, צחקו מבוגרים, איזה זקן משונה עם שירים מוזרים. זקן מלא עלים, מעיל מנחורים, וכובע מיושן ומלא ציפורים. אז מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום כנר מוזר? כנר מוזר. שקט ונסתר, רציתי לראות על מה הוא כבר שם, מה הוא עושה שם בקור על ההר, ומה הוא מנגן הכנר מוזר. הוא הבחין בהכל, וכל מה שהוא ראה. הוא ניגן על כינור במנגינה מופלא, הוא ניגן את הגשמים, ניגן את הזריחה, הוא ניגן געגועים, הוא ניגן אהבה, הוא ניגן את החיטה, הוא ניגן את הזרעים, בכי של תינוק, בולדות של זקנים. אז מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום כנר? מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום? אז מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום כנר? מי אתה ומה אתה ואיך זה אפשר לנגן כל היום?
Nice. Well, that's Daniel Gale on the fiddle. Nice to have you with us. I'd like to invite Julia Van Doren back up, and we're going to do another few tunes for you. This is a song that is going to be on our upcoming release, which is very exciting.
Ismael ויצחק סלמון 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 סלמון עליכם סלמון علينا سلام سلام عليك سلام علينا سلام 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 عليك Salamun Aleikum Salamun Aleina Salamun 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 Aleikum Salamun Aleina Salamun 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 Aleikum Salamun
This is a song that is based on a poem by Wendell Berry, and it's one of the most beautiful poems that I've ever read. It's called The Country of Marriage, and I urge you to pick up a copy quick. The music was written by one of my favorite composers, Malcolm Dalglish, and this is our take on his song.
How many times have I come to you out of my head with joy? How many times have I come to you out of my head with joy? As freely as I breathe the air that was the wind, dreaming I see you there along the shores of the country of my birth. Warm blooms and the night sounds of birds opening around you. Walking at night, water flowing, walking at night, the regions of the dark. Walking at night, it does not hold us. Walking at night, keep returning. Walking at night, returning thirsty, returning thirsty, returning thirsty. For you are the known way, leading always to the unknown. And you are the known place from which the unknown is always leading me back. You are the known way, leading always to the unknown. And you are the known place from which the unknown is always leading me. How many times have I come to you out of my head with joy? How many times have I come to you out of my head with joy? To approach you, I have given up the light. A man lost in these woods, standing still, saying nothing. There arose in me, like the earth's empowering broom, rising in root and branch, the words of a dream of you. Walking by the dark waters, walking at night, the steam is rising. Walking at night, the moon and the chasing clouds. Walking at night, stream of blessings, those heavenly blessings, those heavenly blessings. For you are the known way, leading always to the unknown. And you are the known place, from which the unknown is always leading me back. You are the known way, leading to the unknown. And you are the known place, from which the unknown is always leading me. You are the known way, leading always to the unknown. And you are the known place, from which the unknown is always leading me, always leading me, always leading me. How many times have I come to you out of my head with joy?
This might be a good time to tell you a little bit about this instrument. This instrument's called the Birnbaum. It's actually called many other things in many other places. It's one of the oldest instruments, and it's one of the most common instruments. It's essentially a bow and arrow, and it's found in many places where they had bow and arrows. So it's indigenous to places like Nepal and India. The word Birnbaum actually comes from Brazil, and that's where I built these while I was living in Salvador. It's a fun instrument because it's totally spun out of nothing. I mean, the way you build it is you take a wire that comes from the inside of a car tire, and you take a stick that's flexible enough to bend but strong enough not to break, and you take a little piece of leather and you use a rock for a hammer, and you pound that in there. You take a broken piece of glass and you scrape off the bark, and you take a gourd that grows in the ground, and you slap on some shoe polish on the whole thing, and you have yourself an instrument. And you play the thing with a stone and with a stick. And the thing that really makes this one Brazilian, and how you know that this one comes probably from Bahia, is this little shaker, which is called a caxixi. And in Bahia, that's how they play. They wear it like a ring. My Birnbaum doesn't sound like a lot of the Birnbaums in Bahia because it's tuned in all kinds of interesting ways. And, yeah.
What do you do if you don't have a car tire with a wire in it?
Neighbors.
So the wheel was invented, then the radial and the Birnbaum.
That's right.
Just checking.
This
I don't really know the answer to that. I'd never asked you before.
Yeah.
I'm not very inquisitive.
We'll have to research this if anybody knows an answer. No, it was made out of vine before, and catgut and things like that. If they didn't know before they invented cats, then they were in trouble.
Cat's rates.
This is a song called Overtone Bounce, and it uses more of the overtone singing, and it features Andy on the flute. Yuli asked me to explain about this song.
Nobody thinks I'm saying Spanish incorrectly.
In 1492, the Jews and the Moors were kicked out of Spain, and they began a long process of wandering all over the Mediterranean and the Middle East, and they settled in various places. And they carried their language with them, which was Spanish at the time. And wherever they landed, they picked up elements of the other cultures, so their Spanish became mingled with Arabic and a little bit of Greek and eventually Hebrew, until out of it emerged a new culture and a new language called Ladino. Now today, Ladino is an endangered language, but outside of where I used to live in Jerusalem, my parents' home, is a place called Neve Sha'ananim, which is one of the few places where Ladino is still spoken as the primary language. And this is a lullaby that they sing there.
Duerme, duerme, mi hermosa doncella. Duerme, duerme, sin ansia y dolor. Duerme, duerme, sin ansia y dolor. Que tu esclavo que tanto desea ver tu sueño con grande amor, ver tu sueño con grande amor. Ay, los años que sufre mi alma por ti, joya, mi linda dama, por ti, joya, mi linda dama. Siente, siente al son de mi guitarra. Siente, hermosa, mis males cantar. Siente, hermosa, mis males cantar. Mi hermosa doncella. Duerme, duerme, sin ansia y dolor. Duerme, duerme, sin ansia y
I think we have time for just one more tune. This is a song called Pura Samine, and you're more than welcome to join in with us in sing it. It's very easy.
Puasamine, 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 oh, puasamine, oh, puamamine. On imbira, saxophones, flutes, jaw harps, percussion, Mr. Andy Bergman. On vocals, Julia Van Doorn. The mad fiddler, Daniel Gale. My name is Guy Mendilow. This is Jeremy Zucker, the dancer. Wonderful, wonderful friend. Thank you for coming and for tuning in. Hope to see you at a live show. Pura samine, oh.